Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a former Lee Academy basketball coach and teacher charged with sexually abusing a student made his initial appearance in court today. 28-year-old Michael Richardson has been charged with 5 counts of gross sexual assault and 1 count of unlawful sexual contact. Richardson, who had been living in a dorm at Lee Academy, according to Penobscot County Prosecutor Chelsea Linz, turned himself in Friday to Maine State Police when he learned a warrant had been issued for his arrest. His bail has been set at $15,000, which was negotiated by his attorney.
We're requesting a lower amount of bail. $15,000 we believe is appropriate. I've researched some cases in the Bangor area, and it seems like in conjunction with other more serious allegations within the last couple of years that $15,000 would seem to be a reasonable cash bail in this case.
From the state's perspective, is a threat to the community. Students, minor students, are obviously of the most vulnerable members of society. Teachers are in a position of trust, and the evidence supports overwhelmingly that he took advantage of that power dynamic.
Since next court date is scheduled for September 5th. Well, Southwest Harbor Police Department and the Maine State Police are investigating the death of a woman who was found in a ditch near 61 Main Street Sunday morning. According to Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, a passerby noticed the body shortly after 11:30 Sunday morning before calling 911. The cause of death is still undetermined. The chief medical examiner is expected to conduct an autopsy. Hearing about the incident for the first time, Southwest Harbor residents say they'd never expect something like this to happen in this town.
I've never really thought about Southwest Harbor being a dangerous place or an unsafe place, so it's really sad when someone in the community is hurt.
I've never seen anything like this. I've never heard anything like this down here, but I think it's sad. I think it's uncalled for, and I'd really like to get some answers on that.
Police are asking anyone with information on the case to call them at 973-3700. A 3-year-old boy had to be flown to Massachusetts General Hospital to be treated for burns after the vehicle he was in burst into flames in Franklin on Sunday. The state fire marshal's office says they were called to investigate a vehicle fire at a home on Hog Bay Road in Franklin around 3 p.m. Officials say the parents, who were working inside the home at the time of the fire, tried to remove the boy from the vehicle and were also injured in that process. The father was taken to Maine General to be treated for burn injuries, and the mother was taken to Maine Coast Memorial Hospital to be treated for minor burns. She was later released. The cause of the vehicle fire is under investigation. And a 25-year-old Penobscot man died in a motorcycle crash in Blue Hill. It happened just before 1 a.m. Sunday on Union Street. Lieutenant Tim Cody with the Hancock County Sheriff's Department says Asher Bowden lost control of the motorcycle he was driving while attempting to negotiate a curve. The motorcycle hit a utility pole. Asher died at the scene. The cause of that crash remains under investigation. The Bangor Police Department has arrested a person suspected of robbing a convenience store and stealing a vehicle Sunday night. 29-year-old Jeremy Clifford was taken into custody by the Lincoln Police Department and Bangor detectives at a Lincoln address. Clifford is the suspect in a robbery at a Bangor Circle K, where he is alleged to have threatened a clerk with a weapon, stolen items from the store, and then allegedly attempted to abduct the clerk before stealing the clerk's vehicle. Jeremy Clifford is being charged with robbery, kidnapping, felony theft, and criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon. Well, switching gears now, a local small business owner in Searsport says he has to temporarily close up shop after his upholstery business got flooded out due to a nearby road project. Our A.G. Douglas spoke with that business owner to learn how those heading the construction project are trying to address this unfortunate situation.
I can't go in the building because mold is building and I'm allergic to mold, so I'm out. I'm done until this gets fixed.
Sunday afternoon, upholstery shop owner Randy Tangaro says after only 30 minutes of heavy rainfall, his workshop was filled with 1 foot of water. Tangaro says in the days prior, Gordon contractors blocked a major storm drain in the road in an effort to protect the surrounding area from hazardous chemicals during a construction project directed by the Maine Department of Transportation. Tangaro says he stands to lose over $20,000 in revenue after the temporary closure of his business.
All the woodwork is wet, the insulation is wet, and the ground was covered with mud, and the building was moved from the cement slab.
Tangaro says he quickly reached out to everyone from the local town manager to the office of Governor Janet Mills. Now he says the contractors are trying to make it right.
Gordon Construction came here this morning and said that they were going to take care of the problem. It was very nice and asked me how they could help me dry out and get things done.
The ongoing Maine Dot project will eliminate gaps in sidewalks to create more accessibility to the downtown area for pedestrians. The project is scheduled to continue, but in front of Tangaro's home, the storm drain will no longer be covered. Tangaro is in the process of filing an insurance claim for the damages. In Searsport, AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A proposal that would make Maine the second state in the country with ranked choice voting for gubernatorial races is due for a vote. The proposal could come before the legislature soon after receiving a key committee approval. Maine and Alaska both use the ranked voting format for congressional and presidential elections. Proponents of ranked choice voting in Maine have long pushed for the format to also be used in gubernatorial and legislative races, but that would require an amendment to the Maine Constitution. The legislature's Legal Affairs Committee has approved a proposal to do exactly that. The next step is a vote by the full legislature, which is currently in session. Well, today marks the beginning of National Flag Week. Wednesday, specifically, is National Flag Day. In honor of that, Brewer American Legion Post 98 wants to make sure community members have a place to turn in worn and unserviceable American flags for proper retirement. Today, they dedicated 2 drop boxes that will serve as collection points for those flags. Post 98 Commander George Maximic tells us the Legion didn't think there were any other boxes like this in the area, so they took it upon themselves to construct them with the help of local businesses. He says they are going to have the boxes present at 2 locations in the Brewer community, one at the community center and one at the Brewer Lowe's. He says it all falls in line with their core mission.
Well, American Legion has 4 pillars or priorities that we serve. One is veterans, national security, children and youth, and Americanism. This falls under our Americanism pillar, and which involves a lot of work with the flag, with the United States flag, making sure that it's displayed properly and that it is cared for and respected.
He says the Legion has a ceremony where they burn flags in a dignified fashion to properly retire them and keep them out of the waste stream. If you'd like more information on proper protocols for handling and displaying the American flag, go to this story on our website, foxbangor.com. That'll be up following our broadcasts. Well, today marks a milestone for military women with the 75th anniversary of the Women's Armed Services Integration Act. Signed in 1948, the act allows women to serve as full members of the U.S. Armed Forces. Although Congress had originally given the Women's Army Corps full Army status, the law was set to expire back in 1948. That's when leaders of the U.S. Army stepped in, and on June 12, 1948, President Truman officially signed the Women's Armed Services Integration Act into law. Helen Siragusa, a Navy veteran who served as a nurse from 1945 to 1953, spoke on the impact of her service and that of her fellow veterans for women in the armed services today.
I'd be so many. I think people got used to women being in the service with over a long period of time during that war, and I think that they wouldn't notice that then, but they would notice it now.
As one of more than 3 million women who have served since the American Revolution, and today women serve in all military branches, and they are no longer banned from serving in direct combat. For more information about the Women's Armed Services Integration Act and the Military Women's Memorial, you can visit womensmemorial.org. Well, a recent outbreak of brown-tail moths at a local playground has community members concerned and wondering what they should do. Our Devin Dagnall explains.
I'd never thought to worry about a caterpillar until this year.
After discovering a brown-tail moth infestation at Bennett Park in Old Town, Miriam Wilcox wasn't sure where to turn. Wilcox was enjoying a day at the park with her daughter and son Sunday afternoon, but after they finished their snack, Wilcox noticed some unwanted guests were starting to bug her.
I looked down and there's a caterpillar crawling across the table that didn't look like the normal eastern tent caterpillar. Didn't really think much about it. The kids were playing on the playground, trying to figure out if I should report it, who to report it to. And then my son says, well, Mom, those moths that you're talking about, there's some all over the playground here.
Knowing brown-tail moth caterpillars can cause intense rashes, Wilcox was worried about her children's safety. After finding and documenting the invasive caterpillars, Wilcox took to Facebook to alert community members through the Community Action Old Town page, where many people pointed her in the direction of Old Town Public Works. Once notified, the city wasted no time getting to work.
We reached out to a contractor to come look at the situation to see what needed to be done next. We closed the park. We do have signage up. We're working on getting those messages on our website and our Facebook page.
City officials say if you see brown-tail moths either out in public or on your own property, you need to keep your distance.
Just the little hairs can fly off of them from in a tree. They can shed them, so to speak. They can come from the caterpillars and you can inhale them, or they can land on your skin from multiple feet away or falling out of a tree onto you. If it's not your property, tell somebody. You can call the Old Town City Hall at 827-3962 and give us the information and we'll act on that.
In Old Town, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Definitely very important to protect yourself from those pests as best you can. Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here, turn things over, and take a first look at our forecast.
Thank you, Beth. Today's first weather is brought to you by North Ellsworth Flea Market. The flea market is now open in Ellsworth. All right, so temperatures today were a lot hotter than we've seen the past few weeks. Bangor was sitting around 80 degrees, and so it was also up in the 80s up north as well. You can see Clayton Lake had a high of 80 as well today. It was a little chillier down south near the coast. You can see Rockland around 70 degrees, and most of the areas around there were in the mid-70s as well. But unfortunately, we do have some precipitation on the way. We'll take a look at this really quick. You can see that we're going to be in the low chance going into tonight, but once we get to tomorrow morning, it's going to rise up into the scattered region, and we do have some more widespread scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way, and those will travel through most of the day, and we'll be getting more rain, unfortunately, and that will carry on throughout the rest of the week as well. But going into your overnight planner tonight, you're going to see cloudy skies with some mild temperatures out there tonight, mostly in the upper 50s. Beth?
Alrighty, Chase, thanks so much. More detail to come there. And in the meantime, also still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. The Maine Center for Disease Control is noting a significant rise in cases of rabies. We'll have the numbers coming up. And the Oceanarium in Bar Harbor is open once again. Our Jody Hersey tells us more on that as well. We'll have those stories and more local news when we come right back. Stay with us, folks.
If you're waiting for a sign that it's time to finally tackle that window or patio door project you've been putting off, here it is. Renewal by Anderson's incredible Window Replacement Days celebration. Act now, because during this limited time event, you'll get stunning custom replacement windows and patio doors for less. Get all the benefits of Renewal by Anderson's exclusive and easy replacement window and door process, and save a lot of money while you're at it. This opportunity won't be sticking around for long, and neither will these savings. Schedule your free design consultation now and call Renewal by Anderson today.
You know what's really interesting? Our customers are just so surprised Bridget didn't recommend just the most expensive mattress. That's because she recommends a series of mattresses that'll fit you at different prices. Come in and meet Bridget.
This is how legends 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
Spend an evening with James Taylor and his all-star band. The American icon is back on tour, June 27th at Maine Savings Amphitheater. The multiple Grammy Award-winning James Taylor and a night full of his biggest hits.
Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
Spend the night with a friend, James Taylor.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
Beat Shazam is back with guest host Nick Cannon and DJ Kelly Osbourne.
Please come take this $1 million.
Beat Shazam, Tuesdays on Fox.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll have an update from officials regarding the concern of forever chemicals around the state. Plus, the Oceanarium in Bar Harbor is open again for the first time in years. And we'll hear about the latest MasterChef candidate who's a certified Mainer. These stories and much more. Stay tuned for Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. A short while ago, we brought you a story about an animal control officer in southern Maine who'd started a nonprofit that equips fire departments and rescue units with pet oxygen masks to help save treasured pets when they're injured and in need of oxygen. Now, we've learned that the Palm Project has a new batch of masks available for first responders who want them. The Palm Project founder Bobby Silcott says there are 25 new mask kits available for the taking. All you have to do is reach out through his nonprofit's website, palmproject.org. They're on Facebook as well. The masks are a crucial device, especially at structure fires when pets escape alive but suffer smoke inhalation. These masks help ensure those pets can stay alive for their families. The Maine Center for Disease Control wants you to know that there has been an increase of rabid animal cases in Maine. The evidence comes from more animals testing positive since the beginning of the year. Between January and May of 2023, the CDC confirmed 30 cases of rabies in raccoons, skunks, bats, a fox, and a woodchuck. Rabies activity was significantly lower in 2022, with a total of 35 cases for the year.
We don't want anybody to panic. We just want people to be aware that rabies is out there, but that there are really common sense ways that you can protect yourself, your family members, and your pets. And that's just leaving the wildlife alone and making sure that everybody's up to date on their rabies vaccines.
Once again, the CDC and wildlife officials urging you to stay away from wildlife, but if you see a dead or suspicious acting animal in Maine, contact a game warden with the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife. Also best to keep your furry family members away from wildlife as well. Well, with their fluffy tails and fast moves, squirrels are considered a cute backyard visitor in many Maine yards. But a disease that affects them is on the rise. State biologists say they are seeing more cases of squirrel pox. The growths show up on the outside of the squirrel, most commonly around their eyes, mouths, and feet. And if there are enough of those sores, they can transform a squirrel into something much different looking than what you're used to. It's a virus that transmits through mosquitoes. The good news, though, is that neither you nor your dog or cat can catch squirrel pox, and it usually resolves on its own for the squirrels as well, but still a bit of a nuisance there. Well, the once dormant Oceanarium in Bar Harbor is back in operation, and it's welcoming visitors from both near and far. Our Jody Hersey takes a look.
It's an amazing place for the community. We have had such support in opening, and the kids just love it.
Students are getting their hands wet as they explore all the sea creatures inside the 6,500-gallon touch tank at the newly reopened Oceanarium in Bar Harbor.
We're situated right on a marsh, so there's lots of physical sciences to enjoy and learn about, but also just a sense of science literacy and an understanding of what's happening along the shore and humans' interactions with it.
There are crabs and sea stars, scallops, and even a jellyfish tank that will soon be home to a few jellyfish.
Visitors who stop by will also get the opportunity to meet 3 very unique lobsters.
tangerine, who is obviously orange or tangerine color, blueberry, as well as a calico lobster named Hobbs.
There's another building on site that serves as the Oceanarium's museum, which has the skeleton of a juvenile humpback whale on display, as well as ocean-themed artwork.
One of those artists, Connor O'Brien, has done the sea glass collection, and he has collected over 10 years, only in the confines of Bar Harbor, all these amazing pieces of ocean sea glass and pottery, and he's just put it together so beautifully.
Debbie Alvarez recently stopped by while visiting the Maine coast.
Someone recommended this place very highly, so it's right near us, so we came to explore.
Guests say swinging by this destination while visiting Bar Harbor is well worth the trip. In Bar Harbor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Wouldn't mind spending a couple of hours there myself. Thank you very much. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, former President Trump is back in Florida preparing for his appearance in a Miami courthouse tomorrow. And we'll have the latest on what officials think led to a deadly overpass collapse in Philadelphia, PA. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Before and bath fitter. Before and bath fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub over tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bath Fitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Have you always dreamed of having a beautiful green lawn? Let Maine Lawn Pros help. Featuring hydro seeding, the fast, affordable, and effective way to achieve the lawn of your dreams. Hydro seeding is a process that involves spraying a mixture of grass seed, fertilizer, and mulch onto your lawn. The result? A beautiful green lawn in no time. Hydro seeding is perfect for both residential and commercial properties alike. So why wait? Call Maine Lawn Pros today to help you get the lawn you've always wanted with hydro seeding. 416-6122.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town. Have they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down? They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying two, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Ruth and Wimpy's and Tossie's Checkout and Convenience Store want to send you to see the Dave Matthews Band live in concert Friday, June 16th at the Maine Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Ruth and Wimpy's at 792 US 1 in Hancock. We're a lobster lover's dream. And Tossie's Checkout and Convenience Store in Glenburn. Stop by and check us out. Win tickets to see the Dave Matthews Band June 16th on the Bangor waterfront.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Former President Trump arrived in Florida ahead of his court appearance in Miami Tuesday. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has the latest.
Tuesday's court appearance is expected to last only about an hour, but local and federal officials have spent days boosting security, preparing for the former president's arrival. Outside the federal courthouse in Miami, where former President Donald Trump is scheduled to appear, police work to secure the area, preparing for possible protests and crowds up to 50,000.
We are prepared for what will happen tomorrow.
What will happen tomorrow will make history, as Trump, the first former president to face federal charges, will appear in court. He's expected to enter through a rear entrance or underground garage. But his supporters, who greeted Trump upon his return to Miami, argue he shouldn't need to be here at all.
I think he's being indicted on all the wrong reasons. He basically gave up the paperwork. They call him Teflon Don for a reason.
The indictment, unsealed Friday, includes 37 criminal counts of unauthorized possession of classified material, obstruction of justice, and making false statements to law enforcement.
We very much look forward to presenting our case.
Trump, who has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, railed against the charges over the weekend, vowing to stay in the 2024 presidential race.
I mean, the only good thing about it is it's driven my poll numbers way up.
After his court appearance, Mr. Trump will return to Bedminster, New Jersey, where he will give a speech Tuesday night. In Miami, Florida, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Well, at least one person is dead after a tour boat capsized in upstate New York Monday. It happened on the Erie Canal in Lockport, New York. The boat had 28 people on board, and officials say the deceased victim is a man who they believe became trapped under the capsized vessel. 11 other passengers were reported to have suffered minor injuries. Boat tours through the cave system have been running since 1977, and the boat's capacity is reported to be around 40 people. The depth of the water ranges anywhere from 4 to 6 feet. Well, officials release new details on what may have led to the I-95 overpass collapse in Philadelphia. Fox's Kevin Uretsky has that story.
From what we understand, the tractor and trailer was trying to navigate the curve, lost control of the vehicle, landed on its side, and ruptured the tank and ignited the fire.
Philadelphia officials are calling it an accident. A tanker truck carrying thousands of gallons of gasoline crashing on I-95 early Sunday, causing an overpass section of the highway to collapse. While officials initially reported no deaths or injuries, Pennsylvania State Police have now confirmed to Fox human remains have been found at the site. On Monday, federal and state leaders toured the collapse site.
This could have been much, much worse in terms of loss of life.
But refused to comment on the driver of the truck, who reportedly lost control while trying to take the exit ramp. Instead, the focus has been on repairing the highway, which is one of the busiest on the East Coast. 160,000 vehicles a day on this section of the interstate. To help speed up repairs, Governor Josh Shapiro signed a disaster declaration requesting federal funds for reconstruction efforts. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg has already promised to fully support that request.
We're going to make sure there are no delays and then having access to those funds.
In the meantime, commuters along the East Coast and North Philadelphia have been warned to expect extensive delays and street closures.
It's going to be a rough couple weeks.
Everyone's just going to have to adjust. We're probably going to have to wake up a little earlier, show up on time.
It's unclear if speed was a factor in the tanker crash, which is now being investigated by the NTSB. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
A very scary situation on a stretch of highway that I myself have driven numerous times when visiting family in Pennsylvania. All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll have updates from the front lines of the counteroffensive into Russian-occupied Ukrainian territory. And in sports, the brand new Keswick Field at UMaine will be home to a few high school championship games this week. We'll be right back.
Could you sing in the blanks for $1 million prize?
Two things everybody loves, music and money.
Don't forget the lyrics, Tuesdays on Fox.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed.
No.
We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman. Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Herman Meadow Golf Club or The Local. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Brent's Chiropractic Clinic in Bangor, Eddington Store in Eddington, Main Collision Center in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
It's time to get down to the business of food, and I'm looking to invest.
$250,000.
Of my own money. It's not just an investment, it's a partnership. Each week, I'll put the best food entrepreneurs to the test.
It has 2.2 horsepower. That's like a go-kart.
Winners hustle and make tough decisions fast.
And drop the ball.
This was a profit challenge. I'm looking for my next food star. The person who I'll be investing in is
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, Wednesdays on Fox and stream on Hulu.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Ukraine's counteroffensive to recapture territory from Russian forces is being closely watched. So far, Ukraine says its troops are making territorial advances on a handful of villages. Fox's Anna Eliopoulos has details on how the fighting is playing out.
Ukraine declares gains in its counteroffensive against Russia. Modest wins in the beginning of what is expected to be a long push to break Russian lines. Its troops claim to have taken several villages from Russian forces in the southeastern part of the country over the weekend, although Russia is not confirming any retreat.
Oui, la contre-offensive ukrainienne a démarré.
Yes, the Ukrainian counteroffensive began several days ago. It was prepared carefully and methodically.
And now French President Emmanuel Macron is promising more military aid to the Kyiv government.
Combat is happening. There's no question about that. What we're going to stay focused on is making sure that Ukraine can succeed on the battlefield.
And in Washington, the White House refusing to answer questions that Ukraine's latest push means the loss of Western-provided equipment, while Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell praised U.S. military aid to Ukraine.
Ukraine is aiming to drive Russian forces back and out of occupied Ukrainian territory on multiple fronts.
Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin urging his people to support the war, holding a lavish ceremony at the Kremlin on Monday as the country celebrates Russia Day.
At a difficult time for Russia, feelings of patriotism and pride unite our society even more strongly.
Neither Russia or Ukraine are backing down from accusing each other of destroying the critical dam in the Kherson region last week, with the death toll now rising to 10 from the heavy flooding. In New York, Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
An unbelievable story of survival. 4 children managed to escape the jungle after 40 days following a plane crash. Fox's Bill Malugin shows us how the group was able to make it out alive.
It's a remarkable ending to a search and rescue effort that sounds straight out of a Hollywood script. 4 children found alive in the Colombian jungle more than a month after their plane crashed, killing 3 adults, including their mother. The children, ranging from 11 months old to 13 years old, were indigenous and had been taught to survive in the jungle, learning what they could eat and what they should avoid, surviving mostly on fruits and berries before they were found.
The first thing they told us was that they were hungry. The thing on their mind was to eat.
The children had been traveling with their mother when the plane went down on May 1st, killing the pilot and co-pilot. Colombian soldiers found the plane 2 weeks later, along with signs the children may have survived, footprints and fruit with bites in it. In limited conversations with family, the children said they hid in tree trunks to avoid snakes and mosquitoes, and the 13-year-old said their mom survived 4 days after the crash, but told them to leave her behind in order to survive. She reportedly said to the children, quote, "Maybe you should go. You guys are going to see the kind of man your dad is, and he's going to show you the same kind of great love that I have shown you." Doctors say it will take time to get the full story from the children.
They still don't talk as much as you would like them to. Let's give them time.
The children are reportedly dehydrated and are totally covered in mosquito bites, but otherwise are said to be in fairly decent condition. They're being treated at a hospital in Colombia's capital right now, though it's unclear how long they will be there. Reporting in London, Bill Malugin, Fox News.
In a development drawing parallels to the Cold War, U.S. officials acknowledged the existence of a Chinese surveillance facility in Cuba, just miles from the U.S. border. Fox's Rich Edson has the story.
A Chinese spy base has been operating for years in Cuba. Over the weekend, a Biden administration official confirmed the espionage outpost, walking back claims from the White House from just days earlier that called reports inaccurate. The Biden administration claims it's an issue they inherited.
Based on the information we have, the PRC conducted an upgrade of its intelligence collection facilities in Cuba in 2019, something that we're very carefully monitoring.
The facility is reportedly capable of intercepting electronic signals from U.S. military and commercial assets.
They want to make sure that they understand what it is we're doing, how our missile programs are designed, how our air defense systems are designed, all of the things that permit them to have leverage in a negotiation, a diplomatic negotiation, and real military power.
This is the latest in a long list of disputes between China and the United States. In February, a Chinese spy balloon was shot down after traveling across the U.S. In April, officials say they discovered a secret Chinese police station in New York's Chinatown. In recent weeks, there have been 2 close encounters between Chinese and American planes and warships. Senate Intelligence Committee Vice Chairman Marco Rubio says China likely has spying operations beyond Cuba.
It's not just there. I mean, they're all over the hemisphere. You go to any country in Latin America, and you will find that the Chinese are trying to create a presence there to encircle us.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is expected to visit China in the coming days, an attempt to try to improve the deteriorating relationship between the two countries. In Washington, Rich Edson, Fox News.
All right, folks, well, coming up next, we'll come back with our full 5-day forecast with Chase Ropanak. Stay with us.
We finally got a break today from all that rain this past week, but unfortunately, we do have another system that is going to bring some more scattered showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms our way tomorrow. I'll have more of that coming right up.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Ah, the great outdoors, soaking up the warm sun, chasing the dog, letting the kids win. Enjoy it now and get up to 60 months no interest. Experience the fun at Jordan's.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a 5th-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
The longest lasting brand.
Toyota is the longest lasting brand. And at the Toyota Summer Value Event, recent and soon-to-be college grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
Approximately 50,000 kids, like Brooke, receive care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center each year. You can help them by supporting the Summer Classic for Maine Kids. This new tournament will help all kids receiving care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center by raising funds to ensure that pediatric care is available today, tomorrow, and in the years ahead. Every dollar raised helps kids get back to the business of being kids. For more information about the event and how to donate, please visit northernlight.org/4kids.
Issue an alert. Our missing person just became the prime suspect.
Don't miss Alert. Thursdays on Fox.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's Maine weather is brought to you by Key Appliance. Key Appliance is committed to bringing you top-name brand appliances at affordable prices. All right, taking a look at that weather out there. We finally got some clear skies out there today. We had a few clouds and maybe a few isolated scattered showers, but overall it was a great day to be outside today. Unfortunately, we do have another system bringing some more scattered showers and maybe some isolated thunderstorms into our area tomorrow. But we'll talk about the temperatures going into tonight. It's going to be pretty mild. We see Bangor sitting around 59 degrees, and most of the area is going to be in that mid-50s region. It'll be a little warmer up north near Clayton Lake at 59. But going into tomorrow, we'll see 73 for the high in Bangor. And we have some cooler temperatures over here towards the west. You can see, and we're in the low 60s for most of the area, and even down south by Portland, 55, and that'll be from the rain that'll be coming in tomorrow morning. So that'll be something to keep an eye out for. But looking at the temperature trend for the rest of the week, we're going to be seeing a lot of 70s on the board, and we'll be hanging around the low 70s for the rest of the week. So even though we do have some more rain on the way, at least we'll have some warmer temperatures with it. Now take a look at the muggy meter. It's going to be pretty muggy once we get into Thursday and Friday. You can see we're spiking up to the muggy region. It'll be a little sticky out there, and it will be that way on Saturday as well. So that will be something to keep an eye out for. But for Monday through Thursday, we're going to be in the comfortable region. It may still be a little sticky out there for us, but it should be all right. Now, take a look at this big, massive low-pressure system that's tracking across the U.S. right now. We can see the warm front is by our area, bringing those scattered showers into our region. And it's also, the cold front is pushing out some thunderstorms in the southeastern states. But we have to worry about that warm front tomorrow morning once it brings those scattered showers into the area. Now, take a look at the future forecast. We can see those storms are going to start moving in the early morning hours around 7 to 8 a.m. And there will be some localized areas that will see some heavier amounts of rainfall with it as well. So taking a look at those rainfall amounts, we're going to be seeing, it's not going to be too much, under a quarter inch for most of the area, but those little blue dots are the areas that we'll see some more localized heavier amounts. So that'll be something to keep an eye out on if you live in between Princeton and Holton, or even somewhere almost out of the state to the west side. Well, there'll be some more localized heavier amounts as well. But for tonight's forecast, the low will be 56 degrees, mostly cloudy, and there'll be some areas of dense fog in the morning, and winds will be coming from the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That fog is going to hang around tomorrow morning once we have those showers come in with a high of 70 degrees, and the winds will be coming from the southeast this time at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, for your extended forecast, you're going to see that the rain chance is going to continue on throughout the rest of the week, but the temperatures will stay near the 70-degree mark, and the lows will be in the mid-50s. Beth?
Alrighty, Chase, thanks so much. We've got sports coming up next. Keep it right here.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has a cost-friendly Kia with your name on it. Choose from our fleet of front-wheel drives, all-wheel drives, hybrids, and fully electric vehicles, all affordable, tech-packed, and great on gas. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or check out the new 2023 Kia Sportage or Sorento. All come loaded with safety features and are great on gas. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Pepper's Landing is the definition of authentic Maine dining. Named in honor of our grandfather, the primary focus at Pepper's Landing is offering a variety of fresh, locally harvested seafood to all. We take pride in our quality and selection, but it doesn't end with just seafood. We also offer delicious selections of burgers, pasta, steaks, and more. So stop in to any of our locations and see what Pepper's Landing is all about.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Oh, it's huge. Grab the head right here.
Grab the head.
Joe McHale.
It's on me now.
Animal Control. A full hour. Thursday on Fox.
back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start with the big news of the day. Originally scheduled for Tuesday, all of the baseball and softball regional championship games have now been postponed to Wednesday. Times and venues haven't changed yet, but let's take a look at that new schedule. In Class A baseball, Bangor and Edward Little, the 7 and 8 seeds, battle at 5 p.m. at Morton Field in Augusta. That's a rematch of last year's Class A North title game, with Bangor winning 1-0. For softball, top-ranked Oxford Hills and third-ranked Skowhegan will go at it at the brand-new Keswick Field at UMaine. More on that in a minute. Class B baseball is a rematch from last year as well. Top-ranked Old Town, and then the defending state champs in Ellsworth at 6:30 p.m. right here at Mansfield. And in Brewer is the Class B softball championship between Herman and Nokomis at 3 p.m. For Class C, this is not a mistake. Bucksport and Mattanocook will battle for both the baseball and softball regional title. The Lynx are the top seed in baseball. They play the defending state champs at 6 at Mahaney. And in softball, both teams are unbeaten. Bucksport holds that top spot. That one is at 3:30 in Orono. And last but not least, in Class D, Katahdin beat Madawaska earlier. They will go on to play the 2-seeded Bangor Christian Patriots. That game at 3 p.m. at Mansfield. And PVHS and Machias battle for the softball title. They have the nightcap at Brewer. A lot of action on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. So on Wednesday now, the University of Maine will open up the gates to their brand new softball facility for the Class A and C North finals. The Black Bears officially cut that ribbon on the facility earlier in the season, complete with turf, lights, batting cages, bullpen, you name it, they have the works. The brand new Keswick Field is now one of the nicest softball facilities in the state. And ever since they started designing it, head coach Jordan Fitzpatrick and the Black Bears have dreamed of opening it up to all of the local softball stars in the community.
That was one of the things when we were getting ready to build this field, was that I felt like we needed to have more of a community presence here and have some of those bigger games done on our field, because now it is one of the best facilities, if not the best facility in the state. So, you know, they get to use the lights, they get to do kind of the whole thing. And, you know, as a high school kid, there's nothing cooler than that, I don't think.
She's right. Nothing beats a playoff atmosphere under the lights, and the new field is just the cherry on top. And as a former Maine high school softball player herself, a Brewer grad, Fitzpatrick is pumped to welcome what could be the next generation of Black Bears to the ballpark.
You know, I'm ecstatic about it. I think, like I said, the community itself is really excited to have, you know, Maine players on this brand new field. I think it's exciting for, you know, younger kids, especially freshmen, sophomores that, you know, don't know where they want to go. I think it's a cool opportunity for them to be able to use the field and have that opportunity to say, oh, maybe this is a place that I want to go, because I think sometimes as a Maine kid you want to get out of Maine, but, you know, there's a lot of really good things about Maine.
Should be a fun atmosphere on Wednesday night. Let's stay with some high school baseball and softball here. On Monday, the finalists for the Mr. Maine Baseball and Miss Maine Softball Awards were announced. The winners will be announced next week at the Senior All-Star Games for their respective sports. For baseball, 7 finalists were announced. Locally, Old Town's Gabe Gifford, Bangor Christian's Jason Libby on that list, followed by Eli Soren of Oxford Hills, Oceanside's Alex Bartlett, Sacopee Valley's Carson Black, Kyle Delano from Oak Hill, and Andrew Heffernan from Bangor Christian. For softball, Ella Hosford of Bucksport and Lindsay Reed made the list locally, as did Anna Lang. And rounding out that list is Brooklyn Federico from Monmouth Academy, Cadence Morse from Oxford Hills, and Charlotte Donovan from Biddeford. Baseball will be announced June 20th, softball the following day. Let's go to some football now. The Patriots wrapping up OTAs last week, and on Monday opening up mandatory minicamp. It's the first time of the season where the entire roster is supposed to be in attendance. 2 big absences so far are Lawrence Guy and Trent Brown. Guy's absence is reported to be contract-related, while Brown's is not, something to keep an eye on. However, the start of minicamp is basically the unofficial start of everything. This bleeds into training camp, then you have preseason, and then we are watching Week 1 kickoff. It's going to be fun. A big report out of the day is that Mac Jones completed 25 straight passes. That gets you a little excited, but right now, the team is just building the blocks ahead of the season.
It's the start of the football season. We all got a lot of work to do and things to learn, understand, improve on, work on. So we're all doing the same thing. Just going through the process.
I feel like we've made some progress, and once again, we're in shorts and, you know, helmets, so it's hard to really tell, but I feel like the operation's been pretty decent, and we're just trying to work together and really just become a team.
I'm looking forward for the season to start. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Phones keep us constantly connected. But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? To limit screen time, but not quality time. And to give us rhythm instead of algorithms. Introducing Us Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit your main Chevy dealer.
Kane Brown, Drunk or Dreaming Tour. June 22nd, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Special guest, Gabby Barrett. And Restless Road. See one of country music's hottest superstars, Kane Brown, live. Tickets on sale now at KaneBrownMusic.com. Kane Brown.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart, and Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family. By a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by Deba's, 89 Main Street, Bar Harbor. T-shirts, apparel, souvenirs, footwear, jewelry, and fun stuff. The Loft Raw Bar and Seafood Grill offers a contemporary craft seafood experience, including a hyper-local daily oyster selection. Ben & Bill's Chocolate Emporium, known for our delicious high-quality chocolates made with original recipes and more than 64 flavors of ice cream.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $1,100 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
Boom. Chocolate milk.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
US Cellular, built for us.
This is the USFL, Dragons, USDA Prime Time Football.
I have to admit, folks, this story is a little sad to read. It's the end of an era for a primetime television show many of us know and love. Iconic Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak announced Monday he's leaving his longtime role as the show's host after more than 4 decades. The 76-year-old saying in a statement the show's upcoming 41st season, which is slated to start in September, will be his last. Sajak will reportedly serve as a consultant on the show for 3 years after the upcoming season. He's hosted the beloved game show since its debut in 1981. Wheel continues to draw in more than 9 million daily viewers as a week. Sajak has won 3 Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Game Show Host and received a Lifetime Achievement Award. No timeline has been announced for the naming of a new host. Been watching that show since I was little. Well, the Golden Globes are rolling out the red carpet for a new boss. Dick Clark Productions and Eldridge now own all of the Golden Globes assets, rights, and properties, meaning the company will now produce the annual awards show, taking the duties away from the besieged Hollywood Foreign Press Association. As a result of the deal, the HFPA and its membership will be fading to black. The 81st annual Golden Globes will be held January 7th, 2024. Well, a popular super assassin, iconic video game characters, and the Vatican's chief exorcist are among the new digital, DVD, and music releases available to add to your home library. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has more.
You're going to die. Maybe not.
Topping this week's list of what's new in home entertainment, the action-packed sequel John Wick Chapter 4 features Keanu Reeves back as the legendary super assassin, facing off with a new enemy to defeat the High Table and win his freedom. The record-breaking animated blockbuster, The Super Mario Bros. Movie, stars Chris Pratt and Charlie Day as the voices of the iconic video game characters Mario and Luigi. The movie adventure centers on the siblings teaming up with Princess Peach and Toad to save the universe from the fire-breathing villain Bowser.
Whatever you do, you only do because God allows it.
Russell Crowe portrays a real-life priest battling Satan and his demons in the supernatural thriller The Pope's Exorcist.
You're early. If you're on time, you're late.
Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson star as a sales consultant and assassin who are mistaken for each other in the action comedy The Man from Toronto. A teenage martial artist in training intervenes in her sister's wedding plans in the action comedy Polite Society.
This ain't about the color of my skin.
The historical sports drama Sweetwater highlights the career and the legacy of Basketball Hall of Famer Nat Clifton, who was the first black player to join the NBA in 1950. A Texas lawman is recruited by the British intelligence to stop a terrorist attack in London in the action thriller One Ranger. And for music fans, legendary rocker John Mellencamp releases his 25th studio album, Orpheus Descending. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Finally tonight, a home cook from southern Maine has made it onto the reality cooking show Master Chef. Nina Bell of Woolwich loves foraging for ingredients. She recently auditioned for Master Chef United Tastes of America and received rave reviews from the judges for her Chinese dumplings with venison. That dish earned her an apron and a spot on the show.
Because I hunt, I have friends who are hunters. I always end up with random ground meat in the bottom of my freezer, like a lot of people here do. So dumplings are so forgiving. And as long as you add the right, ratio of spices and other things, you can put bear in there, you can put moose in there, you can put venison in there, and it's all going to taste good.
Master Chef airs on Fox Wednesdays at 8 p.m. 2 thumbs up to her dish and to the Def Leppard t-shirt as well.
I don't know if I'd
I have to represent.
Bear dumplings. I don't know. That might be drawing the line a little bit. I know you can just put any kind of ground meat in there and they'll taste good, and that's where meatballs came from and a lot of other recipes. But bear dumplings, I might stick to the pork.
Might be a little beyond your bandwidth.
Chicken and pork might be where I stay with the venison's good.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say I was watching the entertainment package. I am so excited to see John Wick 4. I think that's going to be awesome. I love Keanu.
So good.
Yeah, it's just truly the cinematography too. People talk about the fight scenes and the choreography. The cinematography in those movies is outstanding.
Yeah, whoever's working the camera is doing good. I mean, you see these the sequels like Indiana Jones, they don't need another one of those.
Right.
The Hangover was good after 2 of them, but I like these John Wicks. I mean, they're good. I keep rolling them out.
Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at Fox 22 News. Take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, folks.